weren't we put here to serve? I mean, really, at the end of the day, weren't we put here to serve others? And when we strive for significance in our lives, typically we're going to find success. I mean, it doesn't always operate in reverse. I mean, I've seen many successful people out there that have accumulated a lot of things that are totally insignificant in the world. That when that fateful day comes and you want to hear those words, "Well done, my good and faithful servant," all those things aren't going to mean one bit of difference. What did you do for somebody else? What did you do for somebody else without any thought of what you get in return? I mean, to me, that's what it is about. What do you want your life to have stood for when your eulogy is read? When people talk about you after you have left. You know, I heard some saying years ago that he who accumulates the most toys wins, or something to that effect. There have been bumper stickers and those kinds of things out there, and the big house, the fancy car, the diamonds, the red bottom shoes, and all those kinds of things. I mean, there's nothing wrong with being successful financially, nothing at all. I mean, the OJ said it right. I mean, money itself is not evil, but the love of money is. I mean, if we make that more important. And, there will always, always be somebody with a bigger house, with a better car, with more money. And so we set ourselves up for disappointment and for almost a dissatisfaction with our lives if we're striving for things, if we're striving for stuff. Now, I want you to raise your hand if you've ever seen a funeral procession driving down the street with the cars with the lights on and the hearse at the front that had a tractor trailer at the back of that line with all of that person's stuff in it on the way to the cemetery. Anybody? All right, just checking. I mean, the ancient Egyptian pharaohs thought that their stuff was going to go with them. But who ended up with all that? Grave robbers, museums. They became the beneficiaries. Look, we came into this world with our name. At the beginning, we all have a good name. And if we can leave with that intact, we have been successful. I mean, my dad told me years ago, he said, "Lowell, I'm not going to leave you with a whole lot of money, but I'm going to leave you with something far more important than that, and that's a good name." That's why you see that junior at the end of my name. I proudly carry my dad's name. And I hope that my sons feel the same way about me. And you should make every effort to leave this world with your name intact, and that name stood for something, and that you touched people along the way, even if you touch just one. I mean, we all aren't going to be these great missionaries and evangelists and folks that go around on television all the time and reaching millions and millions of people. But just like with Big Brothers Big Sisters, we're changing communities and thereby our world one child at a time. So you never know, the one person that you might impact might then in turn become one of those that goes on and impacts others.